Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video we will talk about Firebase database. That is an interesting topic, and many of you asked me when I published my first Firebase video that you want something related to database so that you can perform any CRUD operation like create, retrieve, update and delete. So then actually I was about to make this video day before yesterday, but the problem was that there was some bug in the Cloud Firestore library which is solved in this I guess today itself. Now I am making this video because that bug has been solved. So let's start with creating our first database in Firebase, and before proceeding to that, let's just discuss about something. So I am here into my Firebase console, and here you can see I have two options. First one is this real database, and as you can see here, this is the real-time database, and another one is Cloud Firestore, which is right now in beta. Okay, so before proceeding to that, let's just discuss what is the difference between both these databases. So first one is the real-time database, which is the Firebase's original database. So it is also an efficient and you can say low latency solution for mobile apps, but the Cloud Firestore is something new, which is actually the improvement on this real-time database. So basically the main difference is that first of all, similarity is that the both database uses the both databases are NoSQL database, so there is no doubt in that. But the basic difference is that in real-time database, what happens is that it stores your data as you can say one large JSON tree. So there is a JSON tree, and there is a nesting in that JSON tree. So in Cloud Firestore, what they did, they actually now stores the data in documents, which is again organized in collections. So basically you can think like the documents are like any JSON, or you can say map, where you have key and value, and the collection is the set of documents. Like you can have multiple documents in one collection. So this is, you can see add collection, like you need to add a table, you can say it as a table, and in the table you can have documents. Also you can have a sub collection in one collection, okay, or in one document. Okay, so that is the first difference. Apart from that, the thing was that the offline support was there in the real-time database, but that was only for I guess Android and iOS. But in Firebase, this Cloud Firestore, the offline supports I guess is available for iOS, Android and web clients also. So this is the another part, and the another difference is the querying, which is now much better in Cloud Firestore, because in real-time database there was some deep queries and there was a limitation with sorting and filtering. But in Cloud Firestore they use indexed queries with compound sorting and filtering. So that is the difference also, and there is also differences in writes and transaction and the performance and reliability. So as of now it is still in beta, so we cannot say that it will be 100% stable, or you can say that there won't be any bug. As I told you that there was a bug in the last update also. So there can be some bugs, but this is something which I'm looking forward to work with, because this will make this database thing very better, and this can be very helpful as well. And the major thing is that when your data increases, then the scaling is not a problem in Cloud Firestore because it is automatic, so that's not an issue. And before proceeding with this tutorial, what I would suggest to watch my previous video on Firebase, because I am not going to do all the setup of for Android and iOS. I have done that in that video, and we will make many videos after this also. So you need to check that video first if you want to do the installation part and how to configure the Android and iOS folders for using Firebase. So I'm not going to do that in any of my upcoming videos or this video. so you need to check that, and I will that you can find in the description, the link for that video, and in the card as well, which will just appear on the top. And apart from that, the source code is also available on GitHub, so you can check anytime if you have any problem. Also you can comment anytime, and please do subscribe the channel. So let's start with our Cloud Firestore. So this is the sample which we created in the last tutorial, and this has this sign in and sign out button as of now, but this was just the demonstration of what I was telling you, that Firebase authentication and Google sign in, how they work. So now let's let's go to our this pubspec.yaml, and we need to add one more library here, one more package here, which is cloud underscore firestore. Okay, so what it will do, it will fetch one library for me. It is saying there is some issue. Okay, so the spelling is incorrect, I guess. Yeah, so now it is fetching the latest version for this Cloud Firestore, and I would suggest that the latest version is I guess 0.0.4, 0.4.0, something like that. I can check that. Just wait for a minute, or you can also check that whatever version you get from this. So the 0. I guess 4.0 is the latest version, and you need to, please don't update the version with any 0.3 version, because there are major bugs in those versions. So I would suggest this 0.4.0. I guess this is the version, but let me just confirm by checking the version on public. So I'll just, yeah, so this is the version 0.4.0. so you need to update to this version, so that you won't get those kind of errors. Okay, and this might be possible that if you enable Dart 2, then also there can be some bugs. So that is one more thing. Okay, so we have imported this library, or we have inserted this library in our pubspec.yaml. now we need to import this as well. So I will say cloud firestore slash cloud firestore.dart. okay, that is the most easiest part, I guess. Okay, here you have a collection which you can also define here, or you can just push that collection from your app, so that it will be created if it is not there. Otherwise, if it is there, then it will update that. Okay, so we have this cloud firestore. now what we need to do, we will go to our my home page. Here it is a stateless widget. So first of all, what I will do, I'll convert it into a stateful widget, because we are going to deal with many kind of like state. We will change the state and we'll do lot of stuff. So let's just change it, and let's just copy this code. Wait a second, this is working too fast. My mouse is working too fast. Maybe that's the issue. What happening? I'm not able to even copy the code correctly. Okay, so I have just selected the code and I will paste it here. That is fine, I guess. Yeah, there is no such issue with that. And now I just want to delete this widget, because we have moved our code as of now. Okay, yeah, so that's it, we are ready. So now what we will do, we need an instance for our database. So we need the database reference. So what I will do here, I will say final database, it should be there. It's not working. Why? This is fine, everything is fine. Okay, so let's see again what's the problem. If we are getting Firebase, oh yeah, this is fine. So let me just see what's the problem here. I'm not able to get that database reference. So let's just try again. Oh, it is not working again. So what to do? Oh, sorry, it should be document reference, I guess. Yeah, the document reference will work. And here I will say Firestore, because I need the instance, so I will call the instance. Okay, now I have a lot of option here. I have a batch, I have a collection, I have a document. So what I need to mention, I need to return this document reference, so that I can tell the Firebase that this is my path. So I would say document, and here I need to give the path. So right now we don't have any path as of now. So what I can say, I have this my data. Okay, this my data is a collection, and inside this collection we have a document, let's say dummy. Okay, this is the document. My data slash dummy is the document. There's another way of doing that, is like you can say, rather than this, you could say dot collection. Here you could say my data. Okay, and then after you could say dot document, and here you could say like dummy. Okay, so this is the same way, but this can be very lengthy if you are dealing with so much nesting. So what I am saying here is this thing, dot document, and then you can give the path using this slashes. So there can be my data slash dummy slash something slash something. So this is how you will give the document reference. So we are ready with the reference. Now what I am going to do, I will make some more buttons here. So let's just make some buttons. Okay, so these will be some buttons. One more. Okay, and one more. That is fine. Oh, one more. So I have so many buttons now. Let me just change the names. So this is sign out, sound out. This can be add. Okay, this can be update, this can be delete. Okay, add, update, delete, and let's say we want to get some data, so we can say fetch. Okay, and we will give different colors to these buttons. Let's give something which is cyan maybe. Okay, and let's give it some kind of maybe lime, light blue. Okay, that's also good. And this delete should be, let's say, orange this time, because we already have used the green button. And then this fetch can be anything like where it is the lime. Okay, so these are all the buttons as of now, and we also need to make many methods for them. So let's just go here and add some methods. So we can say void add. Okay, and below that let's make another method, void delete. Okay, I'm taking very simple example as of now, but don't worry, I'll also move to some complex examples in future, and you can expect many videos on Firestore, because this is not a very simple topic, just which can be covered in only one video. So we will do that in future. And this is the update. And now one more method we need, which is the fetch. Okay, so we will replace our method name with this. So this, here I can say add, here I can say update, here I can say delete. Okay, and here I can say fetch. I guess that would be easy. Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to do something in the add first of all. So what I will do, I will make a map first of all, and this can be string comma string maybe. Okay, and let's give it a name, data. and we can, okay, so it does not take this lowercase strings. Okay, so here also we can say string comma string, and then we can define a map here. So I am just providing a dummy data here, so I can say name equal to, let's say, my name, which is Pawan Kumar. Okay, and then let me just say desk, which is description, Flutter developer, let's say. You can write anything you want. Okay, so let me just bring a comma here, and that's it. So we have this data ready. Now I will ask my document reference, that document reference, okay, this is not working. What's the issue? Okay, we haven't given it a name here, so let's just give it a variable name, which is document reference, and now I can call that here document reference dot set data. So we have this set data here, we need to provide this data, so I have already this data. Now after that I can say dot then, okay, or you can use dot when complete, it's all your choice. So let's say I am saying dot then, and what it expects, this oh, it does not have something to expect. So what it expects, let's just see. So it takes a value here, which is this s, which is a generic. So basically it takes the data, or but we could also use this when complete, and here also we can see what it takes. It also takes some kind of action. Okay, so you can use whichever you want. So I am as of now using this when complete, and here I can say that when I will set this data, I want to do something, right? So here I will say when this process is completed, then I want to print something, let's say document added. Okay, and that's fine. And let's say if we got some kind of error, then we can also say print e. Okay, so that's it. So this is our add method, which should add some data, and we will go step by step. So we will first run this app, and then we will see if the data is available or not in the console. So let's just also skip this. So let's rerun this app. I'm just rerunning it so that we can get a clear view whether everything is working well or not. So this is our add method. We will also make changes for delete, then update, then fetch, and it is very very simple example. We are just giving it a dummy data. And why I am giving it a dummy data, because as of now we just want to know how to play with data in Firebase database. After that we will go to dynamic data as well. We can use our text input and other stuff as well. So it's I guess it's a long way to go, but for the start it is I guess more than sufficient. So let's wait for it to restart with this Xcode. And if you will ask, then I can also play it with the Android emulator, but it will work. And the main thing is that you need to add those Google services.json files or the info.plist file in the respective Android and iOS folders. So that is also most important. And now we have this screen, and let me just bring this this Firebase console as well here, so that you can get the better idea. Let me just yeah, that is fine. And let's also, oh, what's the problem, man? Okay, so we have the console as well in the bottom, and let me just open the debug console. Now we have the debug console, we have the this Flutter demo Firebase screen, and now I will press on this add button, and nothing happened. Document added we get, but nothing actually happened here. Why? Let's just refresh it and let's see if something happened or not. Okay, and it should happen. There should be a collection. Yes, so you can see there is a my data and it is dummy, and here you can see description is Flutter developer and name is Pawan Kumar. Okay, so that's the beauty. Okay, so this is a dummy data, and one more thing I forgot to mention, that maybe in the first time it won't work for you because of these rules. So if you will click on these rules, so by default what you will get, that if, and here it will be written as false. So what it will do, it will disallow you to read and write at first, so you need to make it true. Okay, so I have already made it true, but in your scenario maybe it would be false, so you need to make it true. And this is not a good practice. We will talk about security rules in some other video, because it's also a topic to cover in at least one video. So we will talk how to write security rules, what are the different scenarios, like when authentication is required, then what we need to write, and when we have to deny everything or we need to allow everything. So we will talk about security rules there. And sorry for the background noise, one dog is barking outside my home and I cannot do anything because we cannot blame our neighbors. So that's something which is ridiculous, but yeah, let's just not talk about that. So we are our ad is working, and now let's do one more thing, please. I want to add one more text field below this. Why? Because I want, when I will fetch some data, then I will show this data also. So I can say new text. Okay, and let's just delete this, and here let's do one thing. Rather than new text, let's have a variable here, and we can say string my text. Okay, and by default it is null. Okay, so we have a string my text, and which is null by default, and here in the bottom I would say my text if it is equal to null. Okay, then what we will do, we will make a new container which is just a blank space. Else we will add a text and we will assign a value of my text. Okay, and we can also give it a style, let's say. And why I'm giving a style, to give it a little bit font, so I can say font size maybe 20. Okay, so that is fine. So as of now it is null, so nothing will work. So why I have done this, I will let you know very soon. So we have performed this add. Now let's perform the update as well. So we will go to update here, and we can say document reference dot update data. Okay, we will just copy this data here as well, and we will also copy this whole thing here, and rather than set data we will say update data. Okay, and here I can say document updated. Okay, that is correct. Now what I can also do, I can do some more changes here. First of all, my electricity has gone, so because I am doing the live coding, so I need to make some adjustments for that. Okay, so what we have done this, we have changed to this updated data, and rather than Pawan Kumar I will write it as updated, and after this developer I will write this as updated. And if you are like thinking that my speed is slow, then you can increase this speed also, because I'm doing it for everyone, so it may be a little bit slow. Okay, so let's just perform a full restart basically, and this is our console. As you can see, Now I will click on update, and yeah, so it is updated. You can see Flutter developer updated and Pawan Kumar updated. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now I will go to this fetch and we will write some code here. Okay, so I would say document reference dot get. Okay, we need to get some data dot, and then we can say this dot then. Okay, and here it will give us a data, so we can say data snapshot, because it will return us a snapshot. If you see here, then you can see that it is returning this document snapshot. And now what I will do, I will go here, and now what I can do here, I will change my text. Okay, and let's say this is my text. Okay, I can say my text equal to, okay, I would ask one more thing. I will first of all check if this exists or not. So I will say if my data snapshot dot exists. If it exists, then what I will do, I will set my text. Okay, and I can say here data snapshots dot data, and I will give the our key of the maps or JSON. So the key was, let's say, description. I just want to show the description. Okay, that's fine. Now what I will do, I will just move this to our set state, so that our our widgets can rebuild, so that we could able to see the my text. So this is done. Now let's just click on this fetch, and you can see here on the bottom this Flutter developer updated. Okay, so this fetch is also working, and we have reached to this delete. So now let's add some code in delete, and let's just see this console as well. And here also you can see everything is working perfectly. So I will go to this delete, and here what I will do, I'll again say document reference dot delete. Okay, and if you see that there is a lot of things you can do, and if you don't want to do anything, then also it is fine. So it just takes this dot then, and it is a void, so it doesn't want you to do anything. So let's just go here, and we can also say void here, right? Void, no, it will not take that. So because it is void, so let's just do when complete, because that is not needed to do anything. So what I can say here, I can say print deleted successfully. Okay, and after that what I will do, I will set the state so that our widget can be redrawn. And also if there is some kind of error, then I can say let's say this E, and we can print the error. So I can say print and E. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so we are done. Now let's just open the console as well. Now let's click on this delete button. Oh, before that let's just restart it, so that we don't have any issue. Okay, so let's first of all fetch the data. So we have this data, Flutter developer updated. Now let's click on this delete, and the data is deleted. And if I will fetch the data now, okay, then what happened? This is saying deleted, but this fetch didn't work. And because we have not this document does not exist, so it was not able to update it. So that's the problem. So we will fix that also. So this is the normal scenario, like, okay, so first of all what we will do now, we will add some data, because we don't have any data here. So let's click on add. It added the Flutter developer Pawan Kumar. Now I'll click on fetch, so it should update it. Yeah, it is now Flutter developer, and this is looking amazing, isn't it? So let's just refresh it, because there is some error in loading document, and this is some problem with the cloud Firestore. It sometimes does not show data in the panel, and maybe they can fix this in the future updates. So that is not something which is very crucial as of now. So we have done all this thing. Now there is something which very important and very interesting. So many of the time what you would want, that you want to perform some real-time data changes, like when I click on add, or when I change the data from here, it should be reflected to this my text, this which is Flutter developer text view, which we have used. So what I will do, I will make it a real time with the event listener. We will use this subscription. So what I am going to do, please listen it very carefully. So here below this fetch method, what we will do, we will use this init state method first of all. Okay, we will override it, and then what I will do, I will just copy this fetch code from here and just paste it here. But that's not exactly what we are going to do. Let's just delete it. Let's just make a variable on the top. Let's say below this my text, what it is saying. Okay, so that's not a problem. So here what I can say, stream subscription. Okay, and we need to give it a generic document snapshot. Okay, and we can say it as a subscription. Okay, so this is a variable we will use. Now we need to subscribe to any event. So what we will do, we will go to this init state. Here I can write subscription is equal to, okay, document reference dot snapshots. Okay, this is you can see notifies of document at this location, and it returns this stream document snapshot. So we will click on it, and then we have this method which is listen. Okay, which will add a subscription to this stream. Okay, so I will say listen. Okay, that is fine, everything is looking good, and it will also return me this particular thing. So let's just copy this from here. Okay, and till here, or yeah, till here, and let's just paste it here rather than doing all this stuff. Okay, so everything is same as like this, but we have done some changes here, which is this: we are listening to it regularly. Okay, and then when we will done with the listen, we can call this dispose, or we can override this method, and here we can cancel this subscription, because we don't want to listen if this activity is not available. Or actually I am an Android developer, that is why I use those terms. But if this this current class is not available, then what we will use of this subscription, it will just waste our memory and everything, our network calls. So we don't want to do that, because the network call is costly or pricely. So what we will do, we will say here subscription dot cancel. Okay, so if we have any subscription, then let's just cancel, and we can also use this. Okay, if it is not null. Okay, so we are done. Now let's just see what actually happened. So let's just restart this app once, and if you see, we have this Flutter developer available. Now let's do some changes here. Okay, I am doing this add operation here, or update operation here. Let's just click on this update, and this Flutter developer updated happened. But the problem is that this subscription didn't work. Why? Because we need to restart this app from the scratch. Okay, so let's just close this and now restart it, because the problem can be that we just reloaded and this method couldn't call, because we just reloaded the app. Okay, so I hate this background noise which is coming, and I'm so sorry for that, but please compromise a little bit, because I cannot just remake this video again, because that just wastes so much time. So we are ready with there, and here you can see we didn't press this fetch button, and as you can see in the console, we have this Flutter developer updated. Let's just delete it once. Okay, just delete it. Okay, and it is deleted, but this text view is not yet updated, because maybe let's see, let's just add it. And here as soon as I added it, it changes the Flutter developer text. But now let's just change the text from here from the panel. Let's just say not Flutter developer, let's say it as Android developer. Okay, and let's just update it. And here you can see it reflected in real time as Android developer, and that is the beauty of this Firebase database. Okay, and let's just change again, and let's say iOS developer maybe. Okay, let's click update, and here you can see iOS developer. So this is happening in real time, and that is really amazing, isn't it? So let's change it as, let's say, Xamarin developer, and I'm just doing in front of you. I'm not doing any tricks or something. And here you can see it is very fast. It is very fast. And what happens is, like, if I click on these methods, and if it updates the data from the text, like if you can see here in the update method, there is this text which is locally we have written. So it just reflected that, and then it sends the data in the background to the server. But as of now, what we are doing, we are changing the data on the console, and then also it is very fast. So if I change it to kuch bhi, anything, so let's update it, and here you can see. So this is amazing. And last time I'm just changing the data, Flutter developer, loving it. Okay, and I know I am wasting your time a little bit, but I just want to demonstrate everything, and you can see everything is working very fine. One more thing I would like to do, I will do it the same thing for Android. Okay, so let's just close this, and let's open our Android emulator, and let's just run this app on that. And here we have our Android emulator, and let's just bring that here. And because I just want to show that everything will work for Android as well as for iOS, that is why we are using Flutter. So you need to wait for, I guess, 5 to 10 seconds maybe, because development in Flutter is so fast. That is why we are using it. So we have written some data, and again, sorry for this bad code. I know this code is not very professional, but we will obviously change it. So I'll keep updating this project on GitHub. If you want to, want to be updated, then you can watch that project and you can give it a star, and that's what you need to do. And also subscribe to the channel, don't forget that. And also follow me on Instagram if you want to be aware of the future updates. So here you can see I am running this app in now. Let's just refresh it in Android, and you can see the Flutter developer loving it, which we updated last on the iOS, is coming here, and that we don't want in real life actually. That is why security rules comes into picture. So we will talk about that in later. So let's just do some operation. Let's just delete this. Okay, it should delete. Yeah, it is deleted. And now let's add something, and you can see the Flutter developer changed. And on delete it is not changing, that we can fix later, so that's not an issue. Let's just update it, and it is updated. And let's just change the description here. Flutter is amazing. Okay, and let's just save it, and here you can see Flutter is amazing. So that's it guys, this was the amazing stuff from this Cloud Firestore, and I totally loved it. I hope you also loved it, and if you did, then press on the like button, press on the notification icon, that bell, so that you can get my future updates of Flutter and Firestore and Firebase. And also please subscribe to the channel, and that's it guys. Keep spreading the love and keep supporting. So thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.